Hi, my name is Tim Nussbaum. I'm the PR Marketing Director for the Bowen Center, and I want to take some time to highlight some things that we do within the Bowen Center that sometimes go unnoticed. These things, these phone calls, I should say, actually come in at all hours of the day, all hours of the night, and they have to do with emergencies that are happening that we respond to and do an extraordinary job in handling these situations. We've got Paulette Bentley from the PR Marketing Department who talks about an incident with Fort Wayne Community Schools, how it impacted students, the principal, bus driver, and how there was even a shooter involved. You get to hear a little bit how she handled that. Did very well. Also, Robin Mitchell, our director out of the LaGrange office, had an incident at Howe Military. They had a summer camp going on. It was a drowning, very tragic event. And their team went in and did some, again, incredible critical incident stress management. I'll let them tell the stories. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to talk a little about what we do for these staff that respond also. But have a listen.
I'm Paulette Bentley. Part of the program that I work with is our Employee Assistance Program and our Student Assistance Program. Bowen Center has given me and my team critical incident stress management training. We can respond as a mental health provider to people who are having a stressful incident. The Bowen Center last spring received a call which came into the Allen County Fort Wayne office about an incident that happened involving 3 Fort Wayne Community School students. As I went over that afternoon to do a little CISM debriefing with the principal and the bus superintendent, we found out as we started that the incident actually wasn't over. The shooter had taken a small 3-year-old hostage and had held that child. It was very traumatic for the teachers who were waiting and not able to put the students on the bus. We offered assistance to those teachers the next morning. We did meet with all 3 of those students who witnessed the shooting and their parents. Whenever we have clients that are in our student assistance program, Bowen Center tries to respond to that immediately. We will be there to help, and they have always told us that whether we have helped them before in that way or not, they feel secure in knowing that we are there for them.
Hi, I'm Robin Mitchell. I'm the LaGrange County Director. On July 8th, I was called at 9:30 at night by one of my rehab service providers who was at the Howe Summer Camp. There had been a drowning that night of a 15-year-old. I contacted the corporate office and talked to Stacy Losey that night to let her know what had happened, and then called a team of counselors and rehab service providers, rehab coordinators, and then also my assistant director to put together a team to meet the next morning at the office so that we could come up with a plan on how to help the Howe Summer Camp. The next morning I also called Tim to make sure that I had a large enough team to handle this. It was a very emotional day for not only the campers and the counselors, but also for the staff. LaGrange Bowen Center staff did an amazing job. I was called again to have 4 staff come back. On the day of the funeral for the young man, they wanted to make sure that they had counselors and staff on hand in case there was any questions or concerns. Through this event, we were able to connect with not only the Howe Summer Camp, but the Howe School. LaGrange Bowen Center has been trying to connect and work with the Howe School over the last year. This has definitely allowed them to see what Bowen Center can offer them. The Howe Summer Camp director has asked to meet in the spring to see how we can possibly work together for the Howe Summer Camp for next summer. So I'm excited about that. I'm proud of the work that LaGrange Bowen Center provided for them. I'm glad that we were there. I'm proud that Bowen Center provides the work that we do for the community.
Well, hopefully as you watch this segment, as Paulette and Robin talked about how they handled the CISM events, you get a real clear picture on how important their roles are outside of the daily regimen of the counseling that we do. These counselors, these staff, these teams that go out and talk to these groups, do this intervention, do this critical incident stress, they literally are first responders which they see things that are very difficult to see, hear things that are difficult to hear. It is traumatic for them too. And what I think is very important is as we go out and take care of the community, the Bowen Center also takes time to take care of our own also. And that's what I do. I go up and I've met with Robin's team, sat down with Paulette, individuals, and make sure they have an opportunity to debrief themselves. The worst thing we can do is keep sending these staff into the fire, into these critical incident stress situations, and not take time to let them debrief also. So I want you to know, as you're watching all of the great things that they do, I'm also dispatched usually at the end of these, a few days after they've done these events, and I go in and do debriefing with our own team. We want to keep them healthy too. I want you to just remember that.